everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Wind Down Wednesday. It is 7:47, and if you just do me a quick favor, like and share, wake somebody up. Look, wake somebody up and tell them they got to just tune in for a few moments with Lady Faye as we have a small conversation, a short conversation I should say, on this evening. I know you guys have had an amazing day. Even when we have these life issues, it's always a good day because God is still in control and He's not surprised by anything that we are faced with, that we have to deal with. So we know that we can go to Him, and He keeps us safe, and He makes everything right? So if you will, take a few moments again and just like and share this. Look, I said Sunday. How many of you all are asleep by the time I come on Wednesday? And so many hands popped up. I was really shocked. I thought most people kind of hang out late, but look, some are early birds, and that's good too. And some are late persons, like to hang out a little bit late, and that's all well. So however you fit, everything is well. But I just want to take time again just to say thank you for spending a little bit of time with me on this evening. If you've already in your PJs and you're already in your comfortable mode, look, you don't have to do anything, just stay where you are and let me just share with you. I want to thank God again for allowing us to see another beautiful day in the month of June. And you know I'm a summer person. I love the summer. And so here we are, and it is in full effect. And but this is what we do. We go through all the seasons and we just thank God for them all. We find beauty in every season, right? That might be another teaching. That might be another teaching for another day. But we can find beauty in every season of our life. All right, so grab your notebook, if you will, or just watch this live again later. If you have something to drink, just join with me, and we're going to have just a little bit of time together on this evening. So I was having a conversation with someone several weeks ago, and just in general, nothing heavy, nothing, nothing huge. But the person made a comment about not being a dumpster, and I thought, wow, that's really awesome, because how many of y'all, a lot of times, when you are in a relationship, or if you know people that you are in constant communication with, friends, family, co-workers, whoever, that oftentimes they treat you like you're a dumpster. They want to come to you, they want to load off all of their issues, they want to come to you and give you all of their stuff. They want you to just take time and listen to everything they have going on. They treat you as if you are a container and you're there to take on all of their stuff. Well, how many of you all know that you don't have to take that? That you don't have to be someone's dumpster. So what is a dumpster exactly? It is a container that holds trash. It holds things that someone no longer wants. Right? That's what a dumpster is. It is a container that holds things, and this is my own definition. I didn't look it up. I'm just thinking about what a dumpster is, and you all know what they are. But they're containers. They're a piece of instrument. They're a piece of instrument, a container that we use to throw away our trash, and oftentimes we use it to throw away things that we no longer have need of. And if you think about it, sometimes when we allow people to stay in our space, they feel comfortable with not only just sharing what they may be experiencing in their life at that moment, but they will begin, if you're not careful, if you don't put them in check, and look, that's okay to say and do, that if you're not careful, they will begin to load onto you all of the stuff that they are just too tired to carry any longer. But how many of you all know, put this in the comment section, that you are not a dumpster. You don't have to take anybody else's trash. You don't have to take anybody else's stuff. You do not have to take things from other people because they no longer want to deal with it. They don't want to be bothered with it. You don't have to be that container to take it. You do not. First of all, you're not a dumpster. How about that? So you don't have to take it. So when they come, you can simply back away, put down some parameters, put down some borders and say, not today. I can't. I don't have the capacity to take all of your stuff. So let me show you this in the scriptures, right? So Proverbs chapter 4, verse number 23 says, in the King James Version, it says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. And when I thought about that scripture, I began to think about how often do we allow people to put stuff on us? That we allow people to just keep downloading things onto us. We keep allowing people to, every time they come in our presence, every time they come in our company, they will begin to just download and begin to load you with all of their stuff. And then you'll find yourself carrying around things that belong to someone else, because all of a sudden your life will begin to exemplify. Your life will begin to show all of the trash that has been downloaded into you. For out of it are the issues of life. You got to be careful that you're not carrying around and that you're not constantly dealing with someone else's issues. Okay, watch this. In the Message Bible. The Message Bible reads like this. Keep vigilant. Watch over your heart, that where life starts. That's where life starts. Let me slow down. That's where life starts. Don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Avoid careless banter, white lies, and gossip. The thing that I want to keep in front of you is keep vigilant, watch over your heart. That's where life starts. So you have to be super careful. You have to be so careful as to what you allow people to put into your heart space. Okay, first thing we want to talk about is that you must establish expectations, not only just for yourself, but also for other people. Okay? You must establish the expectations, not only just for yourself, but from other people. So what else am I saying? Is that you must say, these are my boundaries, and I'm only going to allow you to take up this amount of space for your issues. Okay, I don't want that to sound hard and cold, but if you're not careful, that person will walk up or come into your space and will upload and deliver and give you all of their stuff. They'll walk away free, light, with not a care in the world, and then you begin to carry around all of their stuff. You begin to carry around all of their troubles. Because honestly, as people of God, we do have compassion and we do have a love for people. And we don't like to see, especially people that we love. We don't want to see them in pain. We don't want to see them hurting. We don't want to see them constantly in a space where they're always having some type of issue, right? So you have to be so careful that when you know that there are persons who is a part of your life, who's a part of your circle, again, whether it's with a family or with friends, you have to set those expectations. You have to set those boundaries, and you have to be, just right to it and let them know that there's a certain capacity that I'm going to have available to take on your stuff. Because what I don't want to do is begin to have your troubles weigh me down, because we all have our own stuff, right? What I don't want to do is have your issues and have your troubles weigh me down, and I get to a space where out of my heart, out of my everyday walk, when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about what your issues are. When I go to bed at night, I'm thinking about what your troubles are, and you're just fancy free, you're going on with your life because they have uploaded, they have delivered, they have just downloaded, I should say, all their stuff onto you, and they move on with your life. And they want you to listen and take it. They want to take your advice. They want to take your instructions. They want to take, what your ideas are. They want to, and sometimes, honestly, they just want to just dump it and go. Because oftentimes I've learned that you will begin to spend time and you will invest time and you will share with them, this is what my opinion is. This is what I believe you should do. Sometimes they'll take it and sometimes they won't. But at the end, they have just dumped it off on you and they've just gone on with their life. Listen, you do not have to be a container of holding their stuff, right? When you go to the airport, what's that announcement? Make sure you don't take on anyone else's baggage. You don't have to take on anybody. You don't take on anybody else's baggage. You have your own bags to carry. You don't have to walk around day in and day out taking on someone else's stuff. And you have to create and establish the boundaries. Somebody put that in the comment section. Is that you must create and you must establish the boundaries. You're not being cold-hearted. You're not being insensitive. But you're simply guarding your heart. Because the Bible clearly tells us, for all of it are the issues of life. The Message Bible says it like this. That's where life starts. You don't want to start, you don't want to continue, you don't want to go through your life constantly carrying around someone else's stuff. You know, you have your bag, you have your tote, you have your, but then you also trying to figure out how I'm going to carry someone else's. Look. You don't have to, because you're not a container, you're not a dumpster, you don't have to do that. The next thing I want to share with you is that you must take back your space and take back your power. Put that in the comment section so we can all see that written out together. Take back your space and take back your power. So what am I saying? Is that you have the authority, you have the right to put in place the boundaries that you will allow someone to carry over what they bring and how much they drop off. Watch that. You have the authority and you have the right to allow someone what they are bringing, what they're saying to you, what they're trying to upload onto you. You have the authority whether you receive that or not. You have the authority to control your space. You have the power to control your space. Take back your space. Take back your power. Now, I know some may say, that is mean, that is hard. You know, you just can't just dump people off. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm totally saying. What I'm saying to you is that you have the authority, you have the right, you are the custodian of your space. You are the custodian of your heart space. And if you are constantly dragging that person on, and for some people, you're constantly dragging on other people, you will begin to have issues dealing with your own life's stuff. And look, I'm saying it like that because everybody has something that they have to always deal with. And it might not be the same thing every season, but at the end of the day, everybody has something that they have to deal with. So you have the authority, you have the right, you are the custodian of your own space. Now, what that looks like for some of you is that you're going to have to cut some people out of your time, out of your life, out of your time and out of your life. What that looked like for many of you watching this on tonight, and for you all that may watch this later, is that you're going to have to do an inventory of who have you allowed into your space. Who have you allowed into your heart space? Who have you allowed to come to you and just dump off all of their stuff? And if you take a few moments, and if you're walking around and you're heavy and you're like, dang, I'm carrying around more stuff for other people than I am for my own self, take a moment and decide, okay, this is what I'm going to have to do to regain and take back my space. Because I am not a dumpster. You can't come to me and you can't just load off all of your stuff and walk away. When I'm saying that, I'm thinking about an actual dumpster. When you go to a dumpster, you dump your trash and you walk away. You're free of it. That dumpster is still holding all of the garbage. It is still holding all of the items that people no longer want. And so you have to remind yourself every single day, especially when you're carrying around other people's stuff. You know what? I don't have to deal with this. I don't have have to take everybody else's stuff. You can be selective as to who you will allow to download or upload to you. You have the power, you have the authority to know who you will allow or who you will help to carry their stuff. Notice I said to help to carry their stuff, because what I have learned, and I learned this the hard way, is that when you take on their issues and when you take ownership of their stuff, they will begin to walk freely and not learn how to navigate and how to deal with life issues as it comes. You begin to handicap them. You'll handicap them. And every time they have life, every time they have a situation, and sometimes it's not even that heavy, I mean, in my opinion, they can't handle anything, and everything just sets them back. Everything puts them in a space where they just, they're topsy-turvy. No. Learn how to say, listen, I like you and I love you, but these are my boundaries, and I'm only going to allow you to upload a certain amount of information, because I'm not going to carry everything for you. I will help you, but I'm not going to carry everything for you. And the last thing I want to share is that you own your own space. You have to own your own space. Think about it. Think about your heart, how you guard your heart, how you guard the space that you're in. Just think about even how you guard the home that you live in. You're not going to allow a thief to just come in and take every and anything out of your house. You have locks on your doors. Many of us, we have security systems for our houses. We have security systems that's linked to our phones. We know that when someone comes to our front door and they hit that bell, it's an alarm that comes up on, or notification that comes up on your phone. You can even go back to your phone and see who's been there that day or even 30 days ago. And you have to take on that same mindset. You guard your space. You take ownership of your space. You take ownership of your heart space. Because I promise you that when you're not careful, when you're not paying attention, when you're not taking on the ownership of your heart space, of what you allow people to bring in, you will be so saturated with everyone else's stuff, you'll have a hard time trying to figure out what's yours and what's theirs. You'll have a hard time trying to negotiate, or not negotiate, but trying to figure out whose stuff is this, whose stuff is that. Have you ever been like on a trip and it's been like a group of you guys and everybody has their bags laying around, and you have items laying all over the place, and you decide to start cleaning up, and you have someone say, hey, whose bag is this? Or you have somebody else say, hey, whose stuff is this over here? That's the way you'll become. You try to figure out whose stuff is what. Is it my stuff or is it someone else's stuff? And God forbid that you allow every and anybody to come and dump on you. Then you don't know what belongs to who. So on tonight, I want you to remind yourself that you are not a dumpster. You do not have to take on other people's stuff. Look, I'm going to say it like this. You don't have to take on other people's trash. You don't have to take on other people's things that they no longer want. You don't have to do that, because you're not a dumpster. You're not. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. We were made in the image of God. We were not created to take on other people's stuff, other people's trash, other people's issues, and hold on to it. But what we do is we help them. If you have the capacity to help, that's what we do. We help. Listen, I'm telling you from experience, I learned that the hard way. I would carry around people's stuff, and then I would look at them, they just living fancy free. I mean, acting like they don't have a care in the world. You know why? Because I'm the ones dealing with their issues. I'm the one constantly trying to figure out how to fix things for them. I learned, guess what? I don't have to do that anymore. And I'm not, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to help you. I'm going to be an assistant to you. I'm going to be like a co-worker with you. I'm going to help work you through your stuff. I'm going to help you at the capacity that I can. And when I can, I'm going to be honest with you and say, hey, I'm taking back my space. I'm taking back my ownership of my space. And I'm not going to allow you to continue to dump your stuff on me. So on tonight, I want you all to remember that you don't have to continue carrying around everyone else's stuff, because you're not a dumpster. You're not a place where people can just drop and go, but you're there to simply help and assist. So on this evening, I hope that this encouraging word will do just that for your life, and that you will remind yourself, you know what, I don't have to take that. Nope, not going to do it. I don't have to take that on. Nope, I'll help you. I'll share with you my opinion. I'll give you advice. If you're asking me, I'll share with you advice, but I'm not going to take it. I'll help you through it. And so on this evening, as you prepare to finally go down for the rest of the evening and on tomorrow, think about that. Think about who have I allowed to just kind of saturate my space, and take back your space. Take back take your ownership back. Take back what belongs to you. Guard your heart. The Bible tells us, because that's where life starts. And so on this evening, I want you to know that I hope again that this word has encouraged you, and that you would begin to take it and apply it to your life. And I know that when you do, that it'll make it better for yourself. It'll make it really good for yourself, and it'll be good for other persons or other people. And so until we come back together again, remember that Greater Paradise is a wonderful place to give seed. You know that we take Cash App, we do Givelify, PayPal, whatever you want to give a seed on tonight. And until we come back together again, I bless you and I love you. God bless you and I love you. And remember, all is well. Have a great evening. Good night.